Hey Taurus, welcome to You vs. Them Tarot. This is in the format of Person A, Person B. Figure out where you are in the storyline. Person A has bust out of your cocoon. Person B, accept what's dying. Okay, let's pull one from each. Reevaluate priorities. I'm feeling like a reinvention on Person A's end. As a result of this reinvention, Person B has imagined solutions. As a result of this reinvention, I'm getting that in this reinvented mode, this reinvented version of Person A, I don't know if Person B is aligned with the new version. That's what I'm getting here. And Person B might be having a hard time dealing with that or accepting that, okay? Okay. How does Person A feel about Person B? How does the reinvented Person A feel about Person B? Four of Cups coming out. Three of Cups. The reinvented version might be looking at Person B as they might be better off as friends. That's what I'm getting there. All right. All right. These are a lot of cards. Okay, let's pull it out. The Magician and a Three of Swords. And the Four of Swords. I don't think Person A is putting, I don't know if they have the, I'm trying to word this correctly, I'm sorry. Because this feels a little bit delicate. And maybe that's how Person A is feeling. Because I don't think Person A, their reinvented version, has much energy to give to this situation. Because all of their energy is going inward towards their reinvention. And it seems as if that is the right path for them. They are following their authentic path in doing so. So there's not an injustice in them doing that. This is what they're supposed to be doing. This is what they're guided to be doing. But while they're more focused on doing them and evolving, this connection is now becoming less and less of a priority when it probably was a top priority at one point. How does Person B feel about Person A? Knight of Cups. So now this priority, it's been knocked down a few pegs, and Person B is like, hey, what happened? Where are you going? I feel you pulling away. You're no longer interested in doing the same things anymore or investing the way you were before. What's going on? I still have my cup. I'm ready to pour into you. You don't want to pour into me? And Person A is like, no, I kind of want to just pour into me only right now. All right. But yeah, Person B, they're feeling rejected is what I'm getting. I'm also getting like this energy of what did I do wrong? And it's like you didn't do anything wrong if you're Person B. Person A is just doing what they have to do for themselves. All right. It has nothing to do with Person B. Like Person B is not the reason why they're pulling away. Okay. So I don't think Person B really wants to accept that. And so I feel this energy on Person B's end of scrambling, trying to figure out like, okay, it feels like this thing is dying. I'm scrambling. I'm going to give it CPR. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's try this. Let's try the things to spark it back up. And it's like Person A sees that Person B is doing that. And I feel like Person A is being very delicate with Person B's feelings. Because I don't know if the talk has not been had. Okay, if it has not been, if it has, I don't know, it maybe got brushed over, whatever. Because I don't know if Person A is really trying to hide that they want to just pour into themselves, but for some reason, it has not come to a conclusion. So Person B is like, oh, let's say if Person A did have a talk like, hey, I want to just focus more on me. Person B is like, well, you're pulling back your energy. Maybe you just want to do more. You want to do you more because I'm not loving on you enough. Okay, so let me love on you enough. And I don't feel like Person B is really getting that Person A is saying, I need to be with me by myself for a second. Person B is just like, I did something wrong. Let me fix it. And they're scrambling. They're not really hearing Person A is what I'm feeling or getting what Person A is doing. They're not getting this whole transformation that's happening. It's more than I want to pull away or it's more than I'm falling out of love or I'm growing out of the situation. It's more so like, I'm growing into a new person. Can't you see that? Person B is not seeing that. What's the blockage for person A? Hermit card. King of Cups. Yeah. And the Two of Wands. Person, I don't know if this is said or if it's completely felt. Maybe if they were given room to be seen and heard, then they would be able to accept this King of Cups in reverse. Now, let me explain. The King of Cups in reverse, coming out with that Hermit card, this is coming out as like their inner energy that they might not know how to act on. This King of Cups in reverse is falling out of love, okay? So I don't know if someone is acting on that. Now, if they fell out of love and they just tell their partner, hey, I need to just start doing this thing on my own. They're just saying like one part of the truth when the whole truth is, I want to be alone. I want to be single. Instead of saying that, they're like, well, I just want to do this thing by myself. I don't want to hang out with you today. I just want to do this with my friends. And it's like, yeah, that's part of the truth. But the real truth is you don't want to be there is what I'm getting. Okay. What's the blockage for person B? We have the Five of Cups in reverse. And we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. All right. It's not fair is what I'm hearing on person B's end. They're going into, they're more self-involved. They're more thinking of what this space would do to them. It's like if you're in a relationship with someone and let's say one person really loves their alone time and that's just who they are, but they want to be in the relationship. I'm not saying that this is the case, but in general, if you're in a relationship, one person really loves their alone time and this person who loves their alone time is with someone who does not like alone time at all. It's like an introvert versus an extrovert and they're together. Sometimes it leads to those misunderstandings where the extrovert might take the introvert's need for alone time as a slight against them. It must mean that, oh, you don't like me and my company. And it's like, no, the introvert just needs that time to recharge. Now, then there has to be an understanding of what's really happening, that these two people have different makeups. They have different ways that they navigate the world. And the extrovert who thrives on being around people can't understand someone who needs time alone, right? And vice versa. So I'm feeling like it's something like that that's happening where these two people need to be a bit more clear about what they need because it is getting misconstrued. There's a misunderstanding happening. Person A probably needs to be very clear that they need more than just space. What's really happening is they're growing out of the situation. Now, I feel like person A on a certain level, they know that that's what's happening. They might be more delicate about it and they might not be so quickly to accept that truth within them because they see that person B is going to take that as a slight. If somebody says, I need to be alone, but it's not you, it's me, nobody's really going to believe that. It's like, it's of course me, because you're going to probably find someone else, right? So it's me that's a problem. So person B is not really seeing that. They're not going to really accept that too well, but that can be person A's problem. All right. It does look like person A is growing out of this relationship. They're finding their own voice. They're learning who they are on a real soul level, and who they are needs certain things in relationships that have not been met here. And that's to no one's fault. It's just a matter of you didn't know what you wanted before because you were younger. You didn't express yourself fully and completely. You didn't know yourself fully and completely as you do now. So now that you know yourself more, person A, you're realizing, okay, this is what I need, and you want to honor those. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're going to have to just kind of rip that Band-Aid off for person B. Person B is going to have that temper tantrum. They're going to stomp their feet and all that. But eventually they'll get it when they see how you're blossoming and blooming, okay? What's the advice? Oh, so person B. With this, yeah, that's just you just feeling like it's not fair, and it's coming off emotionally. It's not coming off emotionally mature and fair. Like your person B is saying this isn't fair, but I don't think person B is being fair for themselves. Okay, they're not being fair for themselves because, for one, it doesn't seem like you guys were giving each other what you needed anyway, to be very honest. It feels like both parties probably got together when they didn't really know themselves, okay? So now they're both learning themselves. Person A is realizing, oh, I'm not giving you what you want. You're not giving me what I want. Let's do something about it. While person B is ready to stay in denial. So that's one part. But yeah, that's one part. Person B, you need to accept that. I think you just want to you want to stay in this comfort zone, even if it was an uncomfortable comfort zone. All right, what's the advice for person A? You're the Judgment card. Yeah, you're going to have to make a final judgment call on this King of Cups in reverse energy, this energy of falling out of love. You're going to have to accept that within yourself. I feel like because once you realize this, you know there's no coming back. I feel like you already know this and you've had this inkling and you probably questioned it, like, maybe I'm falling out of love and this is over. And then part of you is like, nah, that's not it. Maybe if I try this, maybe we can do that. And, you know, and you were playing along with this person's game of scrambling to find a solution. But person A knows deep down that they fell out of love here, and they're kind of, I feel like they're kind of settled in this energy. It's just a matter of bringing that up to the surface and really admitting it out loud to themselves, or admitting it to a person in front, like whether it's this person or even just saying it to a friend. Like if they say it out loud, then they know. They'll know that they have to move forward on it. So that's why they're not trying to really say it. And make it like, it's like if you don't say it, it's not true. And that obviously that's not the case. It's true whether you say it or not, right? But yeah, this is making that final judgment call. Like, okay, this is really what's happening here, and I have to accept that. Like I just don't have it in me to feed this relationship in the way I did before. And person B, you need to realize with this Ten of Swords coming out and the Ace of Cups, wow, this closes out, even though you're kicking and screaming, this closes out a cycle for both of you guys, a painful, uncomfortable comfort zone. You guys had an uncomfortable comfort zone for both of you guys, and it's represented by the Ten of Swords. Person A realizes it, person B hasn't yet. So person B, you have to realize that that's what it is, because you have a new love that's coming through as a result of that. It's you feel like this person is pulling away from you and you're about to be left alone, and it's like this person's actually doing you a favor because someone else is coming in. So plot twist on that, right? It's like the universe is moving on person B so that they can get this love. That's crazy. All right, what do the romance angels have to say? Yeah, person B, stay optimistic about your love life. Person A, I feel like you are. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and trustworthy. I feel like the crazy part about this is that I feel like person B already feels like it's just a matter of the comfort zone. But I feel like they already feel like their needs aren't met, okay? So this could be, and I'm not going to say that this is how they move, but this will be an example. For some of you guys, this could be it. This could be an example. Like somebody's in a relationship with someone and they're not happy, and they want to go out, they find someone else, they want to go out and cheat. They want to go out and cheat, but they still want to keep their uncomfortable comfort zone. But the person that they're in that uncomfortable comfort zone is in, they say, well, I want to move on. And this person who's cheating already because they're not happy here, they're like, no, you got to stay here with me. Like, because they already had their own thing, right? It's something like that. It's like they're not, this person, not saying that person B is doing this, but this is the energy that person B is carrying. It's not realistic, because they know if they really paid attention, they'll see like, oh, I was actually doing my thing because I wasn't happy here anyway. It's just because this person is leaving, it's throwing this person out, throwing them for a loop. Anyway, what does person A want to tell person B? It's more like, who's the first one to break up? They have the most power, right? Person A, sometimes I stay awake and think about you. I hid who I really am from you. See? Person A is becoming a totally new character. This reinvented version of themselves is not aligned with who person B is and who person B knows person A to be. It's like if you guys, it's like an energy of if you were high school sweethearts, for example, and then you guys never and you guys grow older, You're not going to be the same person you fell in love with. That's just not going to happen. So someone is growing into this new version of themselves, and it's just growing out of this mold that this person still had them in. Like, you're still the high school version. It's like, no, I'm not. You know, but they also don't know how to express that with this person. So they're thinking a lot about, like, how do I do this? This sucks. Like, but it got to be done. You don't know how hard it was to let go. And look at that. We need to let each other go. Person B, even though they're fighting for this and they feel like it's not fair, they just don't feel like it's fair because they didn't do it. I'm going to keep it real with you. That's what it's looking like, because they have this emotional unfairness going on their end. All right. Where they're not being fair. They know what's happening, but they're being stubborn because it's out of their comfort zone. They're just afraid of change. That's all it is. That's all it is. And they actually have someone else. Anyway, all right, sorry. Whether they have someone else already, or if someone else is coming into the picture, or it's just an idea of what love is that's separate from this situation, they understand that this situation is no longer fitting the mold for them. And they just don't want to hear that they're no longer fitting the mold for person A. It's ego involved. Anyway. All right, let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG. If you want to get a personal reading, check out the info box below. Until we meet again next week, peace.